Angels Care Home Health, serving Hayes and the surrounding areas, is a Medicare certified home health agency providing quality skilled nursing and restorative therapy services to patients in their homes.
I love the nurses that come and see me.
Angels Care is there to help 24 hours a day, and all services are covered 100% by Medicare for patients who are eligible.
Since I learned about Angel Care, I would recommend them to anybody.
Angels Care Home Health. We serve patients.
Eagle Community Television presents Community Connection with your host, Mike Cooper.
Hello and welcome again to Community Connection from Eagle Community Television. Thanks for watching. Thanks as always to the producer and editor of our series, Jeff Durall, and behind the camera as well, Brandon Cooley from Eagle Community Television. Don Benjamin, the interim chair of the Fort Hays State University Department of Agriculture, our Community Connection. Don, if we could, let's describe the ag program at Fort Hays State for us, would you?
Well, we have 5 majors. They can take animal science, agronomy. We have a general ag degree, as well as ag education, and then ag business, which currently is our largest enrolled program.
And this utilizes not only classrooms where we are now on the second floor of Albertson, but also the university farm, right?
Very true. We're very fortunate in that the university has a 3,800-acre university farm, and we're able to really have, well, now then, probably, I guess, maybe 5 divisions. We have the beef unit, the agronomy unit, and our crop rotations involve summer fallow, winter wheat, and grain sorghum, as well as some alfalfa and feedstuffs. And then we have a swine unit that is farrow to finish that we run, and we've recently reestablished our ewe flock and have added borer goats to our program.
Wow, that covers almost all of the areas of a farming operation, doesn't it?
Very close, very close.
So what about the value of this hands-on learning? What do you see in the classroom as you are working with the students, as well as the farm situation, Don?
Well, you know, in my opinion, has always been that, you know, the theory behind it, we can teach in the classroom, but unless you get your hands dirty, sometimes, you know, we just can't teach the experience. And by utilizing the university farm, we can give those students the opportunities to have those learning experiences, and take it from the classroom and put it into practice.
Well, obviously, agriculture being such a vital part of the Kansas economy, this kind of program really does have an emphasis and a niche in the state, doesn't it?
Oh, very much so, and I'm very proud of our past graduates. They've done well in industry, and I think a lot of it comes down to the point that they actually did get the experience while they were going through and being able to tie what they learned in the classroom back to what they have to do in the industry.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Don, because it's not just going back to the family farm and taking over the operation there, but it's also working into industry-related business as well.
Most definitely. And the companies are becoming far more sophisticated as we proceed with the technology changes. We have our students have the capability to be able to learn how to fly drones and do everything legally, because there's a lot of FAA rules that are involved with that. And when they get out, they have that knowledge, they have that experience, then they can apply it to the positions that they have.
Last year, we talked to one of the professors here in the Ag Department about that drone program, which is only going to expand and get bigger, I think, over the years, Don.
And right now, you know, we're working very hard in the information, the data that the drones give us, and how do we apply that to our production here on the university farm, and what information can we become more profitable.
Tell me about this latest project, the project that gained some real attention. Tell us how that developed, would you?
Well, probably somewhat by accident, but Mike Stoppel, our beef unit manager, had a number of contacts in the purebred and seed stock industry, and was approached by a lady that owns a ranch in Newkirk, Oklahoma, the Bowling Ranch, about our students taking in some cattle and preparing them for the National Western Stock Show in Denver in January. And Mike and I talked about it, and he was willing to put the effort in, and so we agreed. And to begin with, they brought 24 head of bulls and heifers up. And then we were able to, based upon our agreement with the Bowling Ranch, hire about 6 additional students to work out at the University Farm in preparation of these cattle for the Denver Stock Show.
They really had to start from scratch with these cattle, didn't they, to get them ready for that showing?
Yes, we started out and immediately put them on a ration that would develop them, you know, for the show circuit as well as maximize their growth potential. And so the students were involved with that, and then everything from the breaking to the clipping to eventually then finally the showing of the animals at the stock show.
That's a little different, isn't it, Don, from just saying the cattle on a ranch, for example, or a farm, as opposed to a show situation like you have at the Western Stock Show in Denver.
Very true. It takes more time in preparation because the animals do have to be trained. They want to be clipped and fitted and showed in their best possible, I guess, phenotype. Mm-hmm. Any ranch that is in the seed stock business, of which the Bowling Ranch is, that is their method of advertising. How well do they stack against the competition? How well their EPDs with that? And then also the ability to interact and network with other seed stock producers, breeders, and commercial people at the stock show.
Let me, thanks to University Relations, we got some quotes that Nancy and Mike had presented in this article. From the time the cattle arrived in Hays, students were responsible for the care of a couple of dozen of the Bowling cattle, from feeding and watering to grooming and breaking them. They learned about nutrition and feed ration, grooming them, and they experienced heifer breeding, even had to go through seeing what it was like losing a bull. Mm-hmm. Mike said that the experience was invaluable. Mike said it definitely gave kids who hadn't been exposed to anything like this before a different aspect of the cattle industry. Mm-hmm. That's really hands-on, isn't it?
It is, very much so. And again, it's understanding everything that goes into it. A lot of people go to the stock shows, whether it be the American Royal or the National Western, and you see the animals, and a lot of people don't understand or realize the amount of work and time and effort that goes into that. And that gave us a tremendous learning opportunity with the students. And again, Nancy Bowling was very generous. She was supportive all the way through, even when we stubbed her toe a little bit, and continued on with it.
Well, the neat thing about this, Don, is that it really set a precedent, because this was kind of a test run, if you will, for a university. And I guess there are other universities that are looking at duplicating this program in their own situations.
I think there will be. I know we've already visited with Nancy Bowling, and we're preparing for next year. Mm-hmm. She felt it was a great opportunity for them, and it was a tremendous educational opportunity for our students. So
she really is ready to commit again then.
She is, and she's a lady that is very supportive of education and very supportive of the cattle and the livestock industry.
Must be, because each student received a $1,000 stipend from the Bowling Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yes. The students spent 10 days because they were showing 2 breeds, and I think it was a great experience for them. They've all enjoyed it, but at the same time, I think they were all glad to get home too at the end. But
quite an experience, no doubt mm-hmm. about it. One of the students too from this university story that we had said that I'm not a classroom learner, I'm more of a hands-on learner. Besides working on the farm, we get to utilize a lot of different producers and feedlots around the area. So it's great, as much as my teachers utilize the farm, to help us learn about different aspects of agriculture. It really is an encompassing program, Don.
Mm-hmm. And and again, it's always been my goal, and I think it's our faculty's goal, that we involve the students as much as we can to give them the opportunity to see what the agricultural industry really is.
There's another component of this, and that concerns some wild horses and a story you have. Tell us that one, would you?
Well, Dr. Keener, professor of animal science, with his equine class, they went through the process, and if they come out of Oklahoma, I was trying to think of the right government agency that had these wild horses, and we were able to pick them up in Hutchinson. So we have 4 yearlings that come out of the wild horse herd, and right now it's the goal of the class, as they go through their equine lectures and everything else, but at the same time be able to train these horses and get them to the point to where they can be adopted out to other people.
And didn't you connect with somebody that you had either known or worked with in the past that had worked with horses?
Oh, a gentleman by the name of Richard Shrake has done a number of DVDs and was a horse trainer for a number of years. I was able to obtain his information on the resistance-free training for his wild horses. And the class is going through that. The unique thing about it is they had already started with these yearlings and really didn't realize it, but were pretty much following along exactly what he was outlining for them.
Well, with the advances in technology, with the learning environment of online, virtual college, and so forth here at Fort Hays State, what do you see as the future for students, classroom as well as on the university farm, Don?
Well, I think, online has a tremendous place in education. We are currently putting on our agribusiness program that if they come in with an associate's degree or have courses at another university, that they can finish their last 2 years online and obtain that bachelor's degree in ag business. And it works extremely well for that particular area. Now, the animal science, I think there'd have to be some type of interaction, whether it be through virtual reality, maybe would be the right term, online. But some courses in ag really kind of lend themselves to still be face-to-face or that hands-on.
And of course, I don't think there's going to be anything to replace people like you, professors at the front of the classroom, and those professors in the classroom situation, along with all of the things that go into the interaction of the students and them working together.
And I think a lot of that can be relayed online. And the technology has changed a great deal in that now then, you can get on the computer, you can see the class, you can interact during a particular time. And I think that helps a great deal, in getting that education out there and the right information out.
Well, you've kind of been agriculture related for a long time, Don. What brought you to Fort Hays?
Well, actually, originally I came and was the dean of the technical college here in Fort Hays for the campus, and I was able to retire from that. And Dr. Greathouse at the time, they wanted somebody to put some classes online, which probably was not the best person to do that, but they did hire me, and then he retired, and because of my administrative background, I've been able to stay for a little while.
Well, bringing a wealth of experience in a lot of different areas, Don, to the classroom, and we do appreciate that as you interact with the students here at Fort Hays State. Our guest today, the interim chair of the Fort Hays State University Department of Agriculture, Don Benjamin. From Albertson Hall, second floor, our Community Connection.
Angels Care Home Health, serving Hays and the surrounding areas, is a Medicare-certified home health agency providing quality skilled nursing and restorative therapy services to patients in their homes.
My Angel Care physical therapist taught me how to do exercises safely.
Angels Care is there to help 24 hours a day, and all services are covered 100% by Medicare for patients who are eligible.
It gives us independence in our home.
Angels Care Home Health. We serve patients.